Hey, Tony Gaston here, popping in. Now, I got a question, and I've seen this question before, and it's who should love who more? And you've heard maybe it's from a movie that says the man should love the woman more. And when I've received that question in the past, I've said yes, that the man should love more. But really, I understand the error in that because people can misunderstand that, and people can take it. I know women could take it as, oh, I shouldn't love, or I shouldn't love hard, or I shouldn't give all of me. And that's misleading. So, in essence, what it's saying is when the saying says the man should love a woman more, what it means really is that a man should love the woman as much as the woman loves him. But when a man loves the woman as much as the woman loves him, it looks totally different in our world, because our world was created for a man to have his foot on a woman's neck, and for the man to have his way, and for it to be a man's world, for the man to go out, make money, and for the woman to cook and clean and be subservient, be submissive, but not just submissive in a pure sense of the word, but submissive like slavery almost. And so when we hear that a man should love a woman more, it's misleading. And what happens is some women will hold back their love. And it's a lot of tricks to it now. It's nuances to it. And here's the thing is, if you're a woman, you got to be pure and you have to love. But if you're loving a man who you can feel and you can tell is not reciprocating your love, so if you don't feel secure, if you don't feel like you can trust him, if you don't feel that he's reliable, then you are loving him more than he's loving you. But everybody's love is going to look different. So because of that saying, it could have affected my relationship. It could have made my wife love me less. And it could have taken more time. I know in this year of year 14, we've been married 14 years. I know this year, March 30th made our 14-year anniversary, I believe. And you get to a point where you kind of lose count. It's a blessing to be here, and you're so happy to where you're not counting every day. It just, you live it. Because even in 14 years, honestly, if I could be real with you, it feels like a year and 4 months. Like, I don't feel used to my wife. I don't feel over my wife. I still get super excited for a date, and a lot of people don't believe that. Now, I attribute that to having learned how to be faithful. So when I learn how to be faithful to one woman, and I give complete focus to one woman, that increased my love to a whole nother level. But this year, I've received a love from my wife that I've never received before. I received a level of love, and for her, it's kind of, I feel like it also could be just walls coming down. The longer you marry, the more you see, the more trust you build, the more consistency there is, the more comfortable you become. So this year, my marriage, my wife has become the most comfortable than I've ever seen her. Whereas in a lot of relationships that I've seen and heard of, a woman may do everything under the sun for a man in the first year. So if you do everything under the sun for a man in the first year, then what can you do in year 14? What can you do in year 5, in year 7? And so many relationships get played out and they get old and dull because the woman does so much for the man. And the man, see, what you have to realize about men is we very quickly and easily get spoiled. Women get spoiled too. But you've seen like the memes of the woman, she has a cold or she's not feeling good, and she's like still taking care of the kids, still going to work, still doing this and that. And it's like a man, we get a sniffle and we need the ice pack for our head. We need the thermometer hanging out our mouth. We want our back rubbed. We want to just be petted. We want to just, And a lot of times as a man, when we get physical touch, when we get some affection, because of the world we live in that says, suck it up, shut up, be tough, boys don't cry. When a man gets some affection from his woman, it can be overwhelming. It can be just very intense. A man can start to milk it, start to fall in love with it. And so that's one thing. I got to watch the time because my alarm, I think, going to go off here. Got a little 20-minute chat with one of the people who booked the session with my dad on mymentor.life. I don't know if y'all seen that post on the community page, but I did that just to be a blessing to my dad and Father's Day because he want to help more people. So I posted on the community page to anybody that book a session with him this month. Somebody signed up for the 20-minute chat and booked old session this month. If you book a session with him this month, then I'm gonna throw in a bonus 20-minute chat with me free of charge. And so I got that coming up here. So now listen to me, because I ain't got no more 27 minutes. Listen to me, because when you get to this place to understand this, it's not a game. And that's what you have to realize. You're not playing a game as a woman, but it's very important that you allow the man to lead in love. What I mean by lead in love, I don't mean allow him to lead. I'm not just saying allow him to lead. I'm saying allow him to lead in love, meaning allow him to set the tone, to set the pace, to set the example for love. So allow him to be chivalrous. And when he is chivalrous and he is opening the doors, he's respecting you. He's talking to you with respect. He's pursuing you. He's calling you. He's asking you out on a date. He's on time for the date. He's paying for the date. He is catering to you in a sense of he's being a chivalrous man. He's speaking life into you. He's okay praising you and giving you compliments. He's not trying to love starve you. He's not trying to ignore your beauty and never give you a compliment to starve you, to make you feel inadequate so that you put on and so that you go overboard and so that you do so much for him. See, these men who are using these strategies, these toxic male strategies, they are trying to do stuff to where they starve a woman. A woman feels depraved and she feels inadequate and she wants to put on more makeup, get a fake butt, get a fake breast, get fake everything to doll herself up to get the attention from this man. Just fishing for a compliment. Do I look beautiful? Like she really wants to hear, does she look beautiful? I always notice my wife asked me 2 or 3 times about her outfit. And it used to bother me because I'm like, why do you want me to keep gassing your head up? Like, my goodness. I said the outfit looked good. Why are you asking me again? Are you sure this looks good? Does this look good? It's like, do I need to do a dissertation for a doctorate right now on this outfit? Oh yeah. So this outfit is so amazing because the stitching and the flow and just the way that the material, the fabrics come together. And I love how you're color blocking right here and the studs on those flats. I mean, oh, amazing. Just, woo. I mean, and so I used to get frustrated because I'm like, nah, this is the 3rd or 4th time you done said, does this look good? And it's because as a man, we trained not to gas a woman up, not to blow her head up. And I remember my college teammate said to me, and it's crazy that he said this because he learned this somewhere. He said, I ain't gonna put my girl on no pedestal because if you put your girl on a pedestal, all she could do is look down on you. So see, that's what so many men live by and believe. And I had to test it, to try. And I praise my wife. I promote my wife. You go on my Instagram. If you're not secure, if you're a woman and you're not secure with yourself, and if you're not in the right spirit, you're going to be upset. You're going to be mad at me for the way that I praise my wife. And you're going to, this is not real. You're going to be mad. Or you're going to be jealous if you don't come with the right spirit and say, you know what? I am so happy that this woman has a man who loves her. And I'm glad that I got a man who loves me, or I'm hopeful that my man is on the way, whatever the case may be. But I praise my wife, I promote my wife, and I put her on a pedestal. But that's relative. What I mean by put her on a pedestal is I treat her like a queen. So I want to adorn her like a queen. I want her to have everything: mental stimulation, physical, emotional, spiritual. So whatever I can afford, the best pair of shoes, the best jewelry, the best clothes, the best car, the best house, the best vacation. I want her to have the absolute max of my capacity. I want to max out on my wife. And that's what I mean by putting her on a pedestal. I don't mean sitting her up so she could look down on me, let her talk down on me, let her disrespect me. That's not what that means. It means that I'm not debasing her. I'm not starving her of love and affection and attention. And so when I did that, in the beginning, she got spoiled and she kicked her feet up. And so what I realized later, as I grew in my wisdom, I realized she's already been deprived in her life. She's been love starved in her life. When I realized that from her mom and dad, she would get one hand hugs. In her culture, it would be one hand hugs. And that they would say, I love you, but not a whole lot. That it wasn't a whole lot of affection and affirmation and love. It was more stoic, more solemn face, more business type transaction, relationship. So when I started to really love her and really shower her with gifts and love and affection and attention, it was like she was so starved that I needed to fill her up. And then when I fill her up, now she was full. So now she wasn't pulling from an empty reserve. Now she's pulling from a full love account. Now the love account is overflowing. So I brought her out of the negative, put her into the positive, but then put her into the overflow. And then when she went into that overflow, because as a man, you protect, you provide, you show up, you show out. I saw a shadow of what that was I seen. And so now when it got to that point where she's full, so now she feels secure. Now she feels loved. Now she feels wanted. Now she feels appreciated. Now she feels desired. Now she feels admired. Now she feels cherished. You see what I mean? Relished. So now from that place of security, she began to love. And when she began to love, I'm like, oh, God did not make us the same. I'm not even capable of loving on the level that she can love on when her reservoir is full, when her love account is full. Like this love knocking me off my feet. Like, whoa, hold on. What is going on? Oh my goodness, calm down. Stop the presses. Everything stop, but pump your brakes. I can't take this. This overwhelming. The level of love and attention and affection and just, I'm talking about. And that's what I try to help men understand. So as a woman, me understanding the nature of a man, I tell women to protect yourself by you not trying to lead in love. Let him show you where he's at. Let him show you who he is. Let him show you where his mindset at, his philosophy of love, his philosophy of relationships. So from that position where you are only reciprocating, you're not initiating, you are reciprocating. So you're not getting him a flower on the date. You're not opening his door. You're not planning him a birthday surprise. You're not getting him the most thoughtful, amazing gift. You're letting him lead in love. Because if he want to be the head, and if he want to be the head of the household, and he want to be quote unquote the leader, if he want a woman to be submissive, this all the talk that you hear from men. So if he wants that, then he need to put up or shut up. He need to put his money where his mouth is, meaning his actions need to represent love, not just saying the word. So he need to be loving and showing love and giving love and expressing love, and then you reciprocate on your level of love. But don't lead in love as a woman, because if you do that, you upend the nature of a man, because he is wired to court and to be chivalrous in every arena. Now, and it is the thing. Now, you can't get too literal when you're comparing us to animals, because we're not an animal. We might be a mammal, but we're not an animal. So you can't get caught up when you're looking at the lions and the lioness and the baboons and the monkeys and the geese and how all the different animal species mate. Sometimes people get so caught up comparing humans to the animal kingdom. It's not the same thing. A man is wired. That's why it's depicted in movies. Art imitates life. When you see the little 5-year-old boy bring a rose, pluck something out the ground and take his little crush, that rose, and opening her door, carrying her books, pulling her wagon, all this stuff that you see in like the Little Rascals. Even in movies, it's men admitting that we want to shower our woman. We want to impress our woman. We want to protect our woman. But if a man has had negative influences in his life, if he's been spoken to from bitter and broken men who are disgruntled and have hate in their heart for a woman because he was put on child support, or because he was cheated on, because he was left, whatever it may be, if that man has been impacted by a man who is scorned and hurt by a woman, he has mommy wounds, ex-girlfriend wounds, ex-wife wounds, whatever it may be, then this man, he will show you that he's jaded. He will show you that he's not chivalrous. He will show you his philosophy around love, manhood, womanhood, a relationship, and marriage. And this is why, as a woman, you should not just go in catering to a man. You should not be cooking for a man, doing his laundry, sleeping with a man, doing any type of sexual favors for a man. You should not be doing any of that until you are 100% sure and secure in this relationship. And then when you feel sure and secure because of the man he is, and not because of the man he is in month 1, not because of the man he is in month 3 or month 6, but because of the man he is in month 12, in month 18, in month 24, 36. See, you have to have levels to your expression, to your love, to your security. And each level is unlocked with every year of your relationship when he is still consistent. You see what I mean? And this where it goes wrong. And so as a man, for the men watching this, you have to, as a man, you have to lead in love. You have to love this woman the way you know she needs and desires to be loved, if you want her to reciprocate the love and love you the way you need to be loved. You have to give love and show love first, to put her in a place of comfort and security, so then she knows that you have her best interests at heart. Then she feels safe to give you all of her love. And when she gives you all of her love, and see, when I say all of your love, also it's relative. It's all of your love on level 1 in year 1, and then all of your love on level 2 in year 2. And it's not really a science or a game. So you're not saying, okay, on level 1, I'm just going to be missionary. Level 2, okay, doggy. Level 3, okay, swinging from the ceiling fan. Okay, level 4. It's not like that. It's not a science. You will feel it. You will feel it in your heart based on the level of love he's giving you. And so as a man, you have to, if this is the woman you want, if it's not the woman you want, then let her go. Let her go on about her business. Because you messing up yourself with God if you using this woman and you know that you don't want her like that. But as a man, if you know this is the woman that you want, then you have to wash her with love, meaning heal her heart so that you can have her heart. And then when you do that, she's going to, for the first little bit, depending on how much pain she's experiencing in her life, it may feel like you wasting your time, you wasting your love, you sowing on bad ground. But if you know the pain is there, if you know the trauma is there, if you know she's going through, and you know this is the woman for you, then you keep loving her. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna flush her system. You're gonna wash her with love. So all the toxins gonna come out. The toxins gonna come out. The tears gonna start to go away. The pain gonna start to go away. The bad dreams, the nightmares, the heartache, all this stuff gonna start to go away. And then now you refilling. Now you refilling her with pure love. And now she start to trust you. She start to really love you. She start to fall in love with you. Now she wants you to feel what she's feeling. So now she starts to explore. She starts to imagine. She starts to envision, what can I do to make him feel the same level of love that I feel from him? That's what she's going to go into. And when you go into that space, and now I'm in that space now, and it took 14 years. It took 14 years. The way I feel in this year 14, I've never felt before. But I'm not mad at it because I needed that. I needed that pace that we at. I need it because of what I come from. God knew the pace I need to go at because I was a dog, because I was a savage. Had I got too much too soon, I wouldn't have respected it. I wouldn't have appreciated it. I would have got complacent. I would have got comfortable. But because I didn't get too much too soon, it kept me working. It kept me going. It kept me doing. So then it became a habit. So now it's a habit. So if my wife have an off week, she have a down week, she have a bad week, if she reserved, if she quiet, instead of me getting mad, getting angry, I'm finna dive in deeper. I'm finna really cater. I'm finna really speak to her mind, speak to her heart, and really get in there. I'm watching the clock, so y'all gotta forgive me. And so this is what I want you to understand. This right here is what it's gonna take. And the reason why I say a man should love more, it's really equal love. It's just a man loving the way a man loves and a woman loving the way a woman loves. But it feel like the man is loving more because the man becomes an anomaly. The man becomes a man who is vulnerable, who is expressive, articulate, who is chivalrous, who is loving, who is kind, who is patient. Let me hit you with one more. Who is faithful. And see, in our world, that's not that common. And that's why we say the man should love you more. Because men and women today believe that a man can love you and still cheat on you, still beat on you, still lie to you, still control you, still be rude, mean, nasty, condescending, disrespectful, and demeaning and degrading, and still love you. We have bought into the lie that that is love from a man, and that that is a man just being a man. But that's not true. So that's why it has been miscoined as the man should love the woman more. Because what that means is now this man giving so much love that he's actually compassionate, he's patient, he's forgiving, he's understanding, he's loving, he's caring, affectionate, he's articulate, he's vulnerable when he needs to be vulnerable. He shares his hopes, his fears, his dreams, his worries, his pain, when he's offended, when he's down. He's open about it. He's expressive about it. And he can talk to this woman and let her in. And so we define that as a man loving the woman more than the woman loves the man. But it's really just a man loving 100% pure. And then the woman reciprocating 100% pure. So, hey, hopefully that makes sense to you. I don't know. It might just make sense to me if I'm making this all up in my head. But hopefully it makes sense to you. And again, let's not argue semantics. Y'all gotta forgive me. Oh my goodness, but y'all just came. Let's not argue semantics, okay? It's all, you make it mean what it mean to you. It's not literal, okay? For everybody who love to debate, oh well, a man should not love a woman more, and then that ain't fair. A man got to love more. No, it's just semantics. It's not literal. It's an expression. And all it means is this man is 100% locked in, loving, and faithful. And then the woman is reciprocating on her level. And from them two people, it's going to look a little different. It's going to look different. With me and my wife, every day, ooh, girl, you sexy, girl. Ooh, I'm grabbing all kind of booty. Oh, girl, come here, girl. Ooh, girl, you little sexy. I'm just staring at her. I'm just watching her walk around. That's me. Loving her. She don't do that to me. She don't sit there and bite. She don't bite her lip and watch me walk. That ain't her style. You see what I mean? We love on the same level. It just gonna show up differently. And so that's what I want you to understand by this. Hey, God bless you. I got to go hop on this little 20-minute call here in a little bit. We'll talk soon.